Had the mic muted there. Good evening. What's going on, guys? Hopefully I have everything set up for you and everything sounds good. Let me know. Audio good, video good. Any issues at all, just say something to me. I'll see if I can get them ironed out. Guys, I spent probably 4 or 5 hours today. Muted there. Good evening. Oops. What's going on, guys? That's my first mistake right there. I gotta mute this right here. There we go. I got it. First off, you gotta mute your chat. There we go. All right, good. Anyways, good evening, and welcome to the live stream. But yeah, I spent like 4 or 5 hours today working on my stream setup, mostly just audio stuff, because I was really not pleased at all with the way the audio was coming through when I was playing music. You know, music, to have good audio, it's kind of important whenever you're playing guitar and singing. So I really spent some real time on it. Hopefully it's better. I don't know if it's great, but I do know it's better. But it was weird. It was like, so tonight I'm using some streaming software. You guys can kind of get a feel for that whenever I want to show you here. So I can show games, like I can play a game with you guys. But anyways, they're just things that I can do now because I'm using some streaming software. And so I had to work with that a little bit, but man, it was kind of a learning curve, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of stalling for a few minutes here before I actually start, give everybody a chance to kind of check in. But Wyatt, I see you there, buddy. How does it sound? I think the audio is good. I think so. I listened to it a whole bunch of times trying to make sure it was good, but you never know. But we'll give everybody a couple minutes here just to realize that there's a live stream. I can tell already it's a little demanding on the system just to have these streams. Whenever I play, like when I'm playing a game and such, I notice pretty quickly whenever it's dropping frames and stuff like that. It just makes it a little frustrating to stream and play at the same time. But I don't have a video game running or anything like that. It's just this. It's just a little audio and a video, from the webcam. But even that is something, man. These first couple streams that I'm doing here, I'm still just kind of figuring all the systems out. But I think tonight's going to be a major upgrade. Everything seems to be going a lot smoother than what I had it. But it had to be, it had to do with like the bit rate. Like stuff that was just foreign to me, So I had to get into my system and adjust settings, It was just strange. It's new to me. It's strange to me. It's all foreign, But here we are. Hopefully it's coming across well. Again, these streams, when I'm first starting up here, I'm going to try and make these a little bit better each week. I'm planning on doing it here Monday nights, right around this time, right around 6 o'clock. We're right on schedule tonight. And each stream should get a little bit better is what I'm saying. A few things that I need to improve on are, of course, the audio. And secondly is the video, the camera. I don't know if you guys can tell, there's a little stutter in it. Like when I move my hand, you get a lot of, get the waves. There's dropped frames is what you're seeing. So I'm dropping frames with these videos. So I'm not too crazy about that. I like it to be crisp. That's all. But I think that has to do with my hard drive. This computer that I'm using, I need to get a new hard drive for it, and I'm kind of slow to do it because, it costs money to do so. But right now, I think it's working okay. I think it's all right. Good evening, Sean. Good to see you. I'm going to spend a little time talking about music and kind of updating. It's kind of like the motorcycle and traveling, the music and motorcycle thing that I do. So that's kind of what the Monday night stream is. So I know a lot of you guys are fishermen. We're going to do that tomorrow night on Tuesday, same time. Just it'll be on my fishing channel. But this is going to be a little bit more about music and the motorcycle travel here tonight. So thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. We had the good fortune when we were out in Sturgis to spend a little time with a crew from Australia that started a company called Bobhead. Bobhead does motorcycle clothing. They, of course, didn't make this shirt, but they made this hat. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm supporting my pals, Bobhead Clothing. So I got one of their hats on tonight, just showing some support for them. But the Sturgis trip, while I was out there, I got to meet up with the whole crew. We hung out for 2 days. I got to play some music for them and stuff. And, of course, the whole Forgotten Angels crew from down in Florida. It's home away from home right there. It's a good crew. They always make you feel like family when you're around. But that's what we're doing. All right, guys, so I'll go ahead and get into this. It's going to be a small crew. I know it is. These first couple streams are going to be kind of bumpy like this, but I don't mind if you don't, I'll try to keep them a little bit interesting. Ultimately, the layout now tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of talking here and just spend a little time doing the live stream thing with you. And this is a real loose format. Like, if you guys can think of something that would be good for this, by all means, shoot me a message. But my idea is just spend a little time talking with you guys so that we can connect here over the winter months whenever we're not out riding quite as much if you live up north. But certainly I'm not going to be able to meet up with everybody across the country, regularly. So this is a good chance for us to connect. So stop in each week. It'd be good to just chat with you for a little bit. And at the very least, while this riding is slow, we can have a little bit of fellowship time together and just talking, some brotherhood there. And I'll wrap it up. I'll jump on the guitar right behind me. I think I have it set up. I'll show you guys my the little bit of time I spent here. Let me get the camera down. I'll just show you. I spent a little time today just really organizing my my gear up here. So of course I have my laptop. This is my laptop setup right here. This is what I'm looking at. And so there's nothing major going on there, but what it is the audio when I play guitar and sing, it was having some like buffering issues, like it was coming through kind of like it's like it was processing and then it would hesitate and process again. But anyways, it was giving a lot of drop, like audio cues and stuff, and it was just creating a lot of artifact that was just terrible as far as the music, the audio for the music and the singing. It was just terrible. And I didn't have a monitor. I was nothing in my ear, so I didn't know it was doing that until I watched the videos back. So I spent like 4 or 5 hours today kind of tightening that up a little bit. I'm hoping that the performance comes through a lot more clear, because it's tough to do, like an online concert for you guys with it sounding like choppy and stuff. But this is what I did. I have this unit right here, and it's just a... it's made by Zoom, and it's just like, imagine it like a little mixing board kind of thing. But I have my guitar and my mic in there. It gave me a chance so I could adjust the dials, and I could put compressor on it, a couple effects, just something to kind of control it. And I have some old, some old hard drives and stuff from old files and stuff. But with that unit there, I was able to tighten up the sound a little bit. So I'm kind of excited to share this with you here in just a few minutes whenever I do the live or whenever I play some music for you. I think it's going to be so much better. Like, huge improvement. It's probably noticeable even now with just the single mic that I'm using here, with just this Yeti, how much better the sound quality is whenever you run it through some streaming software. So hopefully you guys are seeing that. Are you noticing that? So usually with the live streams, what I'm trying to do is create a space, if you will, where we can kind of come together and chat a little bit. Hey, Rabbit, good evening. So it's good to have folks just stopping in, and if you have any questions for me, by all means, ask away. It saves it saves me from having to come up with constant conversation. Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to myself, but I know you're there. I can see your numbers and stuff, but if you guys have any questions for me, ask away. If we haven't met face to face, my name's Randall. I am a singer and a songwriter. I will tell you this, that my buddy, one of my buddies, he tells me that I'm more of a songwriter than a singer. And he's right. He absolutely is right. And one of the great things that I've noticed is the biking community is like limited on trolls. Like I've had such good support. Very few people have all the, the negative stuff that comes out when you get online, right? But the crew here, the motorcycling crew, it's just not there. They realize that it's just not that serious. And I need more of that in my life. I am ready, Wyatt. I am ready, buddy. Bring it on. Are you ready for Thanksgiving? You got the turkey thawed? I think today's the day you should take it out of the freezer, right? I think so. Two good days of thawing in the fridge. I think that's the goal. Man. I wish I could tell you that I'm going to have a big feast and stuff, but really I don't know where I'm going to go for Thanksgiving, and I might be here with myself. Really just depends on what the kids want to do. I'm not sure which day I'm going to pick them up or anything like that. I don't have much say in that. It's kind of bummed. But whatever it is, I'm going to have a good time. Yeah, I hope so. I think you're supposed to walk away from Thanksgiving meal limping. It should hurt you a little bit. It's like the one sin even Christians are okay with is gluttony. It's a good holiday though. It's a good holiday because it's family. Everything about it is family. It's about coming together. So that's a good thing. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm not going to talk to you before. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I appreciate you guys stopping in and spending a little time with me. I'm probably just going to stream for a short one tonight. Certainly not over an hour. So unless it gets really hot and heated here, I'll probably keep it a little brief. But I still want to jump on the guitar and play one for you. And before I shut it down. But I'm thinking I'll end each one of these streams with playing the guitar. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll do the talk and the one-on-one stuff. I will say this, as far as playing out and doing live shows, I of course can do that. I typically don't unless I'm out traveling. When I'm out traveling, I'm going to the events and stuff. Of course, I start knocking on doors and seeing, if there's a microphone open. A lot of those places, they'll book somebody for Friday and Saturday or something like that. But all through the week, there's no one. And because it's just me, I can set my own price and hours, so I can do what I want to do. I have complete flexibility, and I'm available on the spot. So that appeals to a lot of the people out there that have these establishments, and they're looking to bring folks in at these bigger biker events. And when I pick the guitar up and I sing about motorcycles, it just fits the groove. And so I show up at these places, I play gigs, and that's what I do. That doesn't mean that when I'm back here, when I'm not engaged at a biker thing, I couldn't be playing shows. I certainly can. So if you guys know any place that is interesting, by all means. Matt, I see you, buddy. You found me. So I do want to schedule some gigs for some of the local folks that stop in. I know a lot of you are fishermen. It's all good because you guys know I love to fish. If you didn't know, now you do. When I'm not on the highway, I am chartering. So I'm taking people out fishing, and that generates some income so that I can spend more time on the highway doing this stuff right here. Hey, Matt. But, of course, I'm here in Pennsylvania. All that just to say I'm going to be here for a couple months because it's kind of chilly out. This gives me a chance to reset, work on the Harley, get it ready for, spring. I don't know. Does anybody else plan on going down to Bike Week, down to Daytona? I'll be down there. I'm not sure I'm going to make Daytona too much. I've got a friend who has an incredible, like, old-fashioned kind of just old school feels kind of biker bash at his place. Out on his property is all these guys that have just like, I don't want to say old bikes. Guys, these bikes are like ancient. Some of them are just ancient motorcycles. And they ride them in, and there's a lot of panheads there. He calls it the panhead party. And that's actually, I'm going to play a song that's about a panhead here before we sign off. But that usually that takes my time. It's Daytona Bike Week. I totally get that, but I can't give up the panhead party to go to Daytona Bike Week. I just can't. It's a packed couple of days, and he does a great event, and I wouldn't give that up for the life of me. Especially when it's put on by one of your pals, You got to be there for it. I didn't check the dates yet. Does anybody know what Forgotten Angels dates are? They're in Valrico, Florida. My plan is usually to hit the Panhead Party down there for Daytona Bike Week and then Forgotten Angels, or vice versa, if they have theirs before or after. But that's usually my plan. I think typically they have it after. But I don't know the dates right now. Does anybody know the dates? I'll probably look it up, but I came unprepared. I don't know what it is. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my buddy Jimmy. If you guys have been following the channel at all, I've been talking about my buddy Jimmy. He's doing some time in, doing his, it's his debt to society, but he's almost been released. Okay, so Jimmy has absolutely 100% made parole, so he is eligible to go. Hey Jay, good to see you, buddy. But Jimmy it was parole with condition, right? And the condition is parole upon completion of a course. It's just a drug and alcohol course. They said he has to finish it before they'll let him walk out the door. So he made parole, and he just has to finish those classes. All that to say is there are 20 classes, and he is typically having 2 a week. It's pretty simple. That's 10 weeks. That's how long that he had to stay to complete his courses. The issue is he misses some of those classes. No, he doesn't miss them. They don't have them. So there's blocks of time where they just don't have them. There was the instructor, unfortunately, passed away, and there was like a 2-week period. So that's 4 classes that he didn't have because the instructor just, of course, had passed away. So it took 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 courses, 4 classes before they got a new instructor in, and that pushed his release date back. Well, I got a letter from him, and he said it wasn't just those 2 weeks. They've missed a class here and a class there, things like that. So in all, the last I heard from my pal Jimmy, because we're just writing, so it's all snail mail stuff, he was 4 weeks behind. 4 weeks. That's 8 classes behind. He was essentially, I was expecting to see him here for Thanksgiving. That was going to be, I built some fat into that So I figured he was going to miss some of those classes, but he missed a lot. They put off a lot of those classes. So the last letter he said is just it's going to be in December. It's just that's all he can say is it's going to be in December sometime. So now the new goal is just that he'll be home for Christmas. That's the goal. Loose. We're not sure if he's going to make it, of course. It just is what it is. You just got to go with it. You don't have much say in it. So he's just riding it out, but he's almost home. Which explains why I have the apartment here. I don't know if a lot of you guys, if you've just started following the channel, you would know, but I was on the road for about 3 years. And it was a rough 3 years, to be honest. I wasn't very good at it, is what I mean. It's tough to just travel, travel nonstop. It's tough. You got to know how to move through a territory, and you have to, here's even more important, you have to know how to stay and persist in a territory. You have to know how to get there and stay there. It's not about moving. That's not, when you're out there, it's actually about staying put, being a local. That's kind of tough to do. But for 3 years I did that, and when my pal needed a home plan, I was in the position to help him, so here I am, helping a pal. No, I don't plan on staying here. This is not where I've landed. This is just where I'm taking a rest. I'm pausing. I think my destination is going to be a little further south. I have plans, and I think they involve the Gulf of Mexico. But good evening, everyone. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys haven't done a thumbs up, I appreciate it. Check your sub, see if you are. And you can always change your mind later. Guys, this channel has been growing incredibly fast. So I don't mean to push anybody. Like, I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with this channel. It's been amazing. The support that I've had for it is just incredible. I make some simple videos from time to time, and you guys seem to enjoy them, and I'm getting good feedback from everybody, but the support is fantastic. So thank you guys. So the channel is growing, and it's because of you, and I know that. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Most of you I've met face to face. Most of you. There's a couple new people come to the channel, but most of the people I've met face to face at one of the events. Maybe you've heard me sing and stuff, but it's good to do this because it just kind of gives us a chance to reconnect when we haven't seen each other in a while. But some of you have my number. If you don't have my number, it's on my Facebook page. You can look me up there. I book fishing charters, so I put my number out there. I don't mind. It's not like my phone is blowing up. And you know what? If there's an opportunity to play music, if there's a reason to go to another state, work it into my rounds, heck, I'm on board. Let's do it. I don't need anybody to tell me what I can and can't do, where I can and can't go, because I'm going. I'll build my schedule around it, and I'll make it part of the rounds. So if you have somebody in mind, by all means, tell them to reach out to me. I'm happy to come down and jam for them. I'll just work it into my rounds. That's all. Well, by the way, I do plan on bringing my boat with me. Yeah, so if you want to go fishing, some of these events, they're really close to lakes that you can fish on. And guys, I'm a captain. I'm a charter captain now. So I got my proper captain's license. You got to take a course and do a bunch of licensing and insurance and all that stuff, right? I did it. This year, I did it, and I completed it. So I can take you fishing. So when you're at the bike events, if there's a body of water there next to you, you should look me up. The two that I'm thinking of right now are Laconia Bike Week, because you got Lake Winnipesaukee. I mean, Laconia Bike Week is right on the shorelines of Lake Winnipesaukee. And you can fish for lake trout and walleye and I mean, what do they have? I mean, they got what else do they have up there? Lake Winnipesaukee, though, is a great fishery. Oh, they have salmon. Lake Winnipesaukee has salmon as well. So yeah, if you're at and on top of that, so if you go to Lake Winnipesaukee, you go up there for Laconia Bike Week, look me up because I plan on taking people fishing, and it'd be good to meet up with you. The other one is Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues down in Rogers, Arkansas, and Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And of course, you guys know Adam Sandoval. He just picked up a new property there. That's going to be a big part of it. But Eureka Springs is, if you didn't know, I mean, Eureka Springs is really blowing up right now as far as a motorcycling event. They are growing right now. So be a part of that. You'll be here right from the beginning. Hopefully you guys are already a part of it. But they have a lake there. It's called Table Rock Lake. And Table Rock Lake is, again, a great fishery. And your boy plans on taking his boat down and having a go at fishing that lake. So if you guys want to join me, reach out. We'll figure that one out too. I'm just going to stream for a few more minutes, and I'm going to jump on the guitar back here, and I'll play one for you. So if you guys have any questions or anything, ask them now. Basically what I'll do is I'll jump on the guitar, and I'll play a tune, and say my bye. Say goodbye then. Okay. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. So Forgotten Angels hasn't posted. They haven't posted what the dates are. I'm pretty sure they have dates figured out. They just haven't announced it that Matt and I have seen. I didn't see them either. I thought maybe I just missed it somewhere. Pretty sure as soon as they have dates, I'll know about it. I have on my website, it's randallrydes.com. I already blocked out what I think they're going to do the dates. So I think I know when they're going to have the event, but I just have my dates blocked on just so I'm thinking of it. And I know it's going to be close to that anyway. So it'll just be a minor adjustment if I got to. Nice. Jay, I'm glad. So I imagine it'll be 2 weekends. So probably going to do the weekend before, all week, and the weekend. So Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. That's going to be a good one to make. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's Table Rock Lake. So my plan is to be there with the boat, taking bikers fishing, baby. That's my plan. I love that idea. I think it's going to be a blast. Most of the events I go to, of course, you got the bike. You do, of course, you ride. Guys, I'm not short on how much riding I do each year. Hey, Michael. What's up, man? It's good to see you. So when I go to these events, I'm not short on ride time. Like when I get to Sturgis, a lot of people think, go to Sturgis to do all the riding. I gotta be honest, till I get to Sturgis, I was just on the road for 4 or 5 days. I mean, on the road, traveling for 4 or 5 days to get there. And sometimes longer if I'm coming from, wherever. So my riding, I'll kind of pick my way around town, but I'm not trying to go on any epic journey while I'm in Sturgis. I usually experience Sturgis, and I work, and I earn. So when I go to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues, it'll be kind of the same thing. I'm happy to go and just work, and if I'm going to ride, I can do that after the event. But I know not everybody has the opportunity to block out time like that. It's unfortunate that we have restraints in our schedule, but my work schedule has been adjusted now to this point to where it includes working those events. So I'm not really there on vacation anyway. Yeah, it's no big deal, Matt. We've got a lot of time to plan. Yeah, the Sportsters will do that. They get a little hard on the seat, huh? So they weren't made for long rides, but you can certainly do it. I know people that go cross country on a Sportster. I think it's all in you take smaller bites. Take smaller bites of the ride. I think that's all it is. You ride till you don't want to ride anymore, and you get off. Take the time. Let your body... When you see something interesting, you want to go check it out, just go check it out. Ride for an hour. until you see something you like, and then go to it. It's the way I ride anyways, so I guess I could ride a Sportster. If they would load my gear, maybe that's a video idea. I did almost last year, when I was going to Sturgis, I almost did a zero gear ride to Sturgis. Essentially, the idea was to have no gear at all and just get on the Harley and go. The idea was, of course, to pick up gear as I go, but what would you do if you were just out there riding and you needed to put some gear together? I thought it might create a good video. I might still do that. But how cool would that be? How cool would it be to do that on a Sportster, though? That'd be a cool journey. It'd be a really cool journey. Well, I had our buddy, come down from Massachusetts down to Florida, and he did it on a small bike. It wasn't even a Harley. The thing was, what bike was it, Matt? Matt, can you remember for me? What did Boston ride down? What was the bike? It was like a little Honda. Thing looked like a moped, a moped of some sort. But what was that? I can't remember. But I think it was a Honda, and it was just thin-wheeled, kind of think of like a moped style, but it was a thin-wheeled motorcycle. He just packed it up and he rode all the way to Florida. He took his time, just picked away a little bite at a time, worked his way down the East Coast, and it's quite a journey. I'm sure he probably got a bunch of stories out of it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a Trail 125. It's made by Honda, I think, right? If I remember right. Oh, I see. So Jay says that Bike Fest at Lake of the Ozarks is technically it's the week before. So the official starting of Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues is the Monday after. I got you. So it seems like there's a little bit of overlap there, a little blending, and that's cool because they're like the same kind of groups as far as the people who would administer it and such. The bigger groups, the people who own the bars and stuff. They're all friends. They're friendly with each other. They know each other, so they work together. Cool. Call it what you will. It's all good, right? And Lake of the Ozarks, the Bike Fest for Lake of the Ozarks, again, that's right around Table Rock Lake. Table Rock Lake is Lake of the Ozarks. It's all in that same area. So, yeah. So it's a Honda 125. Rode it from Massachusetts down to Florida. I can't remember, but he probably took 5 days to get down there. Probably something like that, down the East Coast. When I leave from Pennsylvania, I can be, 3 days? Maybe 3 days down. So, yeah, I'm guessing he probably took 5 days to get down there with the 125. It's cool. It's really cool. It's a good run. Yeah, Jay, I'm glad they're working together too. It's gonna just make the event better overall. Because they can support each other, they can coordinate. It's gonna be good, man. In the big way, like as far as riders and stuff, and the locals and such, we can all kind of do our own little micro things. That's our own little thing. But in the bigger picture, somebody's gonna kind of put the event together in a way that it's cohesive, that it fits, that it makes sense, so you can. So you're not stuck trying to do one or the other. You can actually have some flexibility in your schedule because they're open enough that you can go do one day and go to do the other the next day or whatever. Yeah. 5 days down. It's a good ride, man. It took me 5 days out to Sturgis this past year. I took my time, though, and you could do it in 3, but I don't ride like that. Michael, I guess you're saying it's got bags. You're talking about the Sportster, huh? This hat looks like it's sitting on my head crooked. Oh, whatever. So you got some saddlebags, that helps. The and you can look how people pack, guys. If you want to study how to pack a Harley, just study hikers. Think about it. Those guys have to take everything they need indefinitely. Like they're on trail and they don't get resupplied until they get into town, right? And they're on foot, so they got to carry it all. If you want to know how to get a small bike to carry all the gear you need, study hikers. Get the gear that hikers use. Lightweight, compact, something in a pinch you could throw over your shoulder and carry. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to know how to travel light, study the hikers. I'm not talking about day hikers. I'm talking about people who do overnight, through hiking. People who hike the entire Appalachian Trail and the CDT, the Continental Divide Trail, and the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm talking about through hikers, people that spend months out hiking. They've got it ironed out. You don't have to learn something new. You don't have to be confused. Just study hikers. Jay, where's that 78 van? That's a gem, man. I love it. Veteran biker. Nice to meet you. I wish you could show me that too. You know, I was in Germany for a spell. Schweinfurt, Germany is where I was at. I didn't do any riding over there. It was actually before I rode bikes. So I was in the military when I was 17 years old. I joined. So it was during that time. It was after the Army. Don't get me wrong. I've ridden motorcycles plenty. It's not like that. But I didn't have a bike, and it wasn't really on my mind to really get into it for real, you know, in a big way until I got back. Nice. Nice. That's good. Find me on Facebook. It's just Randall Rydes. And shoot me a message. Send me that photo. I'd love to check that out. I love seeing how people pack gear, man. If you've seen me going down the road, guys, I carry a guitar. I carry that guitar right there with me. So it's a big guitar case on my bike, and then I need all my other gear. If I can do that, you can do what you need to do to, you know, get to where you're going. But I love seeing how some of the people get their stuff packed down. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think people overpack. In the hiking world, they say you pack your fears. So whatever you're most afraid of, that's what you pack. I think that you get somebody that's like in the medical field, they'll pack a lot of like medical stuff. Oh, in case there's an emergency, you know, they want to handle something. But the truth is, very unlikely they're going to need that. But they'll take it because they're afraid of that. You know, they're worried about that. That's a good trade, Jay. I don't blame you. That's a good trade. That's a lot of fun, too. Magic Bike Week. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. You know, I was over there before I rode, so it wasn't even on my, it wasn't even on the scope, you know. It wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't even looking for biker events. When I got back, you know, from my tour, I went. My old man had he had a couple bikes, but the one that was running at the time was I think it was a 1978 Honda, and it was an 850. I think it was a Honda. Anyways, this big old bike. You guys can imagine what it looked like, 4-cylinder, and I took it for a ride through the apple orchards up around my house, and my girlfriend at the time, soon I ended up marrying her, she hopped on the back, and we started riding that bike, and I said, that's it. I said, I'm getting a bike. And I did. I picked up an 11, I'm sorry, it's a 70, I think it was a 79 Yamaha 850 Special, a 3-cylinder Yamaha 850 Special. It had a yellow paint scheme on it. Man, we rode the dickens out of that bike, man. Rode the heck out of it. Fell in love on that bike. You know how it is. Young love. 2 wheels. We were everywhere, guys. 1,000 miles every week. I mean, every night we were riding. Even if it was just to go out to eat or something. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we learned how to ride on that bike. Never put it down. Never put it down. It's a good bike. Ran for us. Ended up selling that and used the money toward... what did I get? Oh, I got the V-Star. I got that 1100 V-Star by Yamaha. Yeah, it was a good one. But, you know, I'm a Harley guy. I love my Harleys, and I don't think I'll ever look back. Can't imagine. Can't imagine giving up the bike. The bike I ride now, it's as much a part of... We've been through too much. It's like that guitar back there. It might not be worth much, but, man, I've been through it. I was in an accident with both of them, you know, both the guitar and the Harley. They were there. When I was sliding across the road, they were sliding across the road with me. I do not recommend. Michael, the Gettysburg Bike Week, I gotta be honest, I've gone to it a few times. Yeah, I actually lived down there for a short spell. I had a job down there. I was working for a while. But yeah, I went to the Gettysburg Bike Week a few times. And I think that you can go one time and check it out for yourself, but I'm good. Like, I'm not going to go back to it. I mean, I'd go to it if there was a gig, you know. If I had a reason to go there and make money, I'd go. But I didn't enjoy it like the other events. What I'm saying is don't use your vacation time to go to it. How about that? Go check it out like over the weekend when you have free time. Don't use up your vacation time for it. Make sure you like it before you invest those, you know, valuable days. Oh, cool. I want to check it out. I'm going to check it out right now, man. I'm looking for it, man. I don't see it. Did you send it to my fishing channel, maybe by any chance? Maybe I should just give it a minute. It probably just takes a minute for it to come through. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to check it out, though. If it comes through here while I'm online with you, I'll bring it up and I'll share it with everybody. It'd be a good way to kind of see if I can, you know, move through my screens here, and it'd be a good exercise in flexibility here with my screen swapping, you know. I appreciate it. I'm going to check that out, though. Thank you for sending it to me. Yeah. Jay, I'm laughing at you. You're going to overpack because that's just what we do, right? We always pack too much. It is true. Like, you really don't need much. You really don't. I'm sure it's coming, man. I'm sure. I'm sure it's coming. I'm just looking for it. I'm sure it's coming. Let me hit the refresh button. We'll see if that brings it up. I'm not going to stress on it. It'll be there when it's there. When the time is right. So if you were to start hiking, and so the Appalachian Trail will say it starts in Georgia, goes to Maine, right? A lot of people, before they leave Georgia, they have shed everything from their pack that they can, because you feel every ounce on your shoulders. You shed it not because you don't want the stuff. Obviously, you packed it because you would like to carry all of it. But oh my goodness, you just decide I can do without. Like, I don't need 2 pots to clean in or to cook in. I'm just taking one. I'll eat that, and then I'll cook again if I'm still hungry and eat that. They take one, not two. They'd like to have two, but they can make it through without it. So they just give up half of their cooking weight. And it's a good idea. It's the right thing to do. You don't carry cans of soup with you. Everything you carry on trail is dry. The reason they shed like that is because they have to carry the weight on their shoulders. With the motorcycles, we don't have to. And you got a trailer that's designed to carry heavy loads. Of course you're going to overpack. Of course. You can, so why not? Take two motorcycles. See you, Jay. Thanks for stopping in, Ed. So I'm going to give it just like another 5 minutes or something like that. Then I'm going to jump back here on the guitar. I'm going to play one for you, and I'm going to send you out on it. And thank you. You guys are being awesome, man. I did not expect to be streaming this long. I thought maybe like 30 minutes or something. So this has been really good. Thanks for stopping in and giving me some feedback and stuff. I appreciate the thumbs up. I see a lot of people have. Thank you. Appreciate it. Each one of these streams, I'm going to try and tighten them up a little bit and do more for you. I'll get better at it, guys. I've been live streaming for a little bit, but this is a new format and stuff, so I don't mind talking. It's not and playing music. That's not the big deal. But it's like the logistics of it, especially now that I'm using a streaming software, this whole program that I've got. So it's a little bit more than this little brain is used to. So, but thank you for bearing with all the hiccups that I've had, all the snags along the way. Thank you. Oh. Oh, right on. A fellow musician. Well, here's a handshake across the net. I'm a songwriter for the most part. I do course by accident. I seem to learn cover songs from time to time, but if you see me performing, it's going to be heavy in my own stuff. I've got 43 songs copywritten, and I have quite a few that I actually need to. I'm behind. Hopefully, here over the course of winter, I'll get what I need copywritten. I'll get that copywritten too. I have songs that I can't play for anybody. I'm not going to put it out there until I at least have the copyright done on it. But as soon as I do, I'll have like a whole new set worth of songs. I think I have like 14 now. So I'm way behind on it. 2 years it took me. I wrote 14 songs over the course of 2 years. But those are the ones I need to get copywritten. Oh, you got the dates for us, Matt. Thank you. There you are. Forgotten Angels, March 21st to the 23rd. If you haven't made a Forgotten Angels event, it's a no-cost event. You just show up. You don't have to pay for camping. You don't have to pay for booze. You don't have to pay for food. Just show up, man. It's of course it's there to generate income for the Forgotten Angels program. They help young men who are aging out of the foster care system, and it gives them a place where they can get solid footing, gets them a job and a vehicle, and it's just like a family setting, just a lot of support there. It helps these young men move from being in foster care into being on their own. Just it's a way to help them out. So that's what it is. And we go down, and a ton of us get together. The event is growing so fast. Hopefully, you guys are there for the next one. It's easy to find. It's in Valrico, down in Florida, and the dates are March 21st to the 23rd. Bring a tent and a lot of love in your heart, man, because we share love with everybody there. So come on down, join us. It's going to be a blast. It always is. It's more like a family reunion than it is any event. So it's very low key, very kind of mellow, and just a good time. There's always some like live music and stuff, and it's good. Mark it on the calendar. March 22nd through the 23rd. So they're considering. Oh, as of right now, I'm not aware of any cost, but they're saying there might be a cost this time. It's been growing, so it wouldn't be crazy for them to ask for something. You know, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into that. Real expense. Yeah. Yeah. They have a second property they've been considering opening up to. And of course, you know, it's grown. There's a lot of bodies there. Max capacity, as Matt says. Nice. I'm reading your message there about playing at the club in Houston there. Yeah, I've always liked small clubs. You know, like the more intimate setting, the better. I love playing for like 20 or less people. Like the chat. We got 9 people right now. It's the perfect crowd size. It's awesome. It's perfect. Thank you for being here. I've played for a little over 400 people. You know, that was a ticketed event. You know, that was in Harrisburg, here in Pennsylvania. So it was in town, is what I'm saying. You know, most of those people were just going to go. You know, it didn't matter who was playing music. So it's not like they came to see me, but it was a ticketed event. A lot of them did buy a ticket. So that's cool. But all I'm saying is I don't mean to brag. It's not like that. But I've stood in front of a lot of people and played music, but I still prefer the smaller gigs to the big ones. But moving south was wise, man. It's in my plans. I'm here right now for my buddy. I got the apartment and stuff, but I'm here to help him out and help him, you know, get his life on track here. He needs some help. He left to his own devices. You know, it's led him to prison. That's where he'll end up again. So I'm here to help him out, but ultimately I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move south. All my friends that I think are the smartest people, they're all down in the south. So I'm just following suit. Guys, I'm going to flip things over. Give me about just like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm going to flip things over to the guitar and get set up, and I'm going to play one for you, and then I'm going to say goodnight to you. So, but I'm going to do that directly. So I'm going to be done chatting right now. I'm just going to play a tune and then say goodnight. So if you guys haven't done the thumbs up or the sub, now's a great time to do that. I'm just going to move the camera so you guys can see me and change the microphones and stuff and make sure it sounds right. All right, so hang tight. Just give me like a minute, maybe 2 minutes or something like that, and I'll send you guys off with a song. We get it? I think we got it. Might make a little pop sound here. Hopefully that wasn't too bad for you. Welcome to the show. So I'm playing on a Martin, and there's nothing real special about the Martin or anything. It's like I said, it's not an expensive guitar or anything. It's just we've been through a lot. So she's my number one, you know. All right, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to play one for you. This one is called Bring Back the Panhead. I wish Harley would bring back the Panhead. Indian Larry were building bikes and doing stunts. Daytona Bike Week wasn't overrun with yuppies. Lincoln Evil was still doing his jumps. I wish the Black Hills were still classic like they were. For hill climbs and bike games in the dirt. Pits built for burnouts and paint candy apple red. Mostly, I wish Harley would bring back the Panhead. For flat track racing every Saturday with you. For the greatest club colors of red, white, and blue. For all who have served like my daddy and me. For all the brave who've bled. Come on, Harley, and bring back the Panhead. I wish David Mann were still painting like he was. For another Stevie Ray solo and one more beer buzz. What we were, we are still. We're still standing tall. Red, white, and blue are still the greatest club colors of all. For flat track racing every Saturday with you. And the greatest club colors of red, white, and blue. For all who have served like my daddy and me. For all the brave who have bled. Yeah, I'm talking to the boardroom in Milwaukee. Come on, Harley, bring back the Panhead. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Much love, much respect. I'll see you later.